Well, it's feedback time, a series I like to do every now and then, and I enjoy reading over your comments and interacting with you, especially when it comes to important issues in the game, like Red Dead Online, for example. And last Friday, this past Friday, I started my new Thoughts series, which I guess you could say is a level underneath my rant series, so that's how I think I'm going to do it for now on. If something's really irking me, really getting on my nerves, then I'll do a rant about it. But anything underneath it, where there's some pros and cons, I'll do a thoughts video on it. But I'm also going to do my feedback. Occasionally, I want to see what you have to say when it comes to an issue, and when it comes to title update 1.13 in Red Dead Online. A lot of you had some pretty negative things to say about the state of the game so far. So let's go ahead and go over your feedback for this past Friday's video, Red Dead Online, see 1.13 thoughts. First off, GeauxBurns, there's so many issues still. Let's not even mention getting disconnected during the large trader sales. I know that's been happening to you and others a lot, GeauxBurns, and it royally sucks because I think you'll lose all your goods. I know whenever I've had a oopsie, what was it, a few weeks ago, I lost nearly $300 worth of goods. And I didn't get it back, even if I closed app really quick. So the disconnect issues are still ongoing, and I hope that it's something that Rockstar is seriously working on behind the scenes to resolve. Big Mule, they need to sort out the camp issues as a priority. I agree entirely with you, Big Mule. This is a problem that a lot of the traders have right now. Now, almost everything else in the camp you can do elsewhere. There's campfires scattered around the map for you to craft and cook. You can go to the wardrobe at various stores. You can... Well, the only thing you really can't do is the weapons locker if you want to add or put away a weapon out of the weapons will, or do the stew pot. I guess you could go to someone else's camp if you're in someone else's posse that has a camp that's working. But the big issue when it comes to the camps not functioning or not pitching properly is the fact that traders can't do any trading. You can't be out there collecting and donating animal materials to crypts. You can't be doing resupplies, and you can't be doing sales when your camp isn't popping up. So that's a major issue that Rockstar needs to be working on. Alex Cross, they need to fix the camp, trying to join different session, 20, still nothing. Then they need to add new clothing. So the camp, once again, I mean, so many of us have tried to come up with some sort of strategy, some sort of trick to make it work. From respawning our character, from lobby jumping, from jumping to different states, from Lemoyne to New Hanover to Amberino. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It seems to work fine. But then after a sell or resupply mission, it disappears again. So yes, that is probably the number one issue right now when it comes to update 1.13. Blondie also agrees the camp situation is getting ridiculous. They also need to quit jamming 25 people into the lobby. If it can't sustain animal spawns, just your 2 cents. Your 2 cents are always valued here, Blondie. And a lot of people have made that point that because of there's being so many people in the lobby, it could be having a negative effect on the animal spawns. So perhaps Rockstar needs to consider scaling back the number of people per lobby, maybe to say 20. Maybe 20 people per lobby, if that actually is tied to the animals and how many or how few animals there happens to be per lobby. I don't know exactly if that's the case, because I'm not an expert in any of this when it comes to video games, the stuff behind the engine, right, the coding and whatnot, but a lot of people have said the same thing, so it's quite possible. Carlos, the outfit glitch, so something not as serious as the camp issue. So let's see, don't save the new outfits on your horse. See, I did all this stuff you recommended, Carlos, but it still happens. Specifically with the Garwood poncho from the Garwood outfit, I think it looks cool whenever you put it with like a regular outfit and also the Garwood hat. But then all of a sudden it starts glitching on everything else, as I mentioned Friday. And then there are plenty of times, as I pointed out in that video, where like it takes away most of your clothes and your boots. But I've tried your suggestions, but so far it still keeps happening for some reason. Let's see, Toast Track Man. Personally, I like your rants. They're funny in regard to there being less animal spawning. I think it's done on purpose so we don't get through the trader roll so quickly. The camp not spawning is still royal pain in the ass. Anyway, good video, GB. Toast Track Man, thank you so much for liking my rants. I really do appreciate it. Again, as I always like to say, it's just my opinion. And I do try to be thorough. I do try to articulate my points to the best of my abilities. I know not everybody's going to agree with me. And Jurasauce, thank you so much as well. Heartless Toaster, I have to say I had a couple of good encounters with support after they ignored my ticket for 3 weeks and ended up giving me about $800. I'm still trying to get a refund on the horse lantern since you can't swap it between saddles. Well, that's always been an issue though. Like you have to buy it per saddle. So I don't think you're going to be able to get a refund for your horse lantern. Unfortunately, Heartless Toaster, you just have to buy a horse lantern for each of your saddles. That's just a sad reality. It's the same thing for the saddlebags and any other like stirrups or any of the other items that you can customize on your various saddles. So the sad reality is, yeah, the horse lantern is very similar to saddlebags in that regard. It's unique based on that specific saddle. Let's see, Leon Kennedy, I think Rockstar will increase prices with future updates. I fear that as well. I think most of us agree about that. I mean, they're not just upping the prices that we're getting money-wise for the looted items and giving us more ways to make money out of the kindness of their hearts. There's something else to it. You know, there's always a balance, as I pointed out in the Thoughts video a few days ago. So, yeah, maybe not this coming next update, whether it's November, December, if we do get another update before the end of the year, but before too long, you're going to start seeing the prices for things go up. Mr. Baba Django, still can't believe the camp bug exists after 2 patches. Losing the challenge streak kind of killed the daily challenges for me during the update, which is a shame. I'm glad it's fixed now, and I guess we have to deal with any losses. I love the game, but it's totally right to call these things out, GB. You're always constructive, and that's what matters. Thank you very much, Mr. Baba Django. And the camp pitch issue actually goes back to the beta itself. And there seemed to be a time when the game went out of beta that the camp pitch issue was no longer a problem. At least I think that's the case. But ever since Frontier Pursuits came out, it's like it reverted that issue. And, of course, the daily challenge bug, which resetted most of our streaks. You know, a lot of us had like 100-plus daily streaks, right? And that went back down to 0. And even though they've allegedly fixed that in patch 1.13, most people they didn't compensate, they didn't reimburse anybody, they didn't get anyone back up to at the very least 28 days on the count. You know, they just said they're sorry. That's what they said to me. Well, thanks for apologizing. And look, I realize Rockstar Support's busy right now. I know that because they're probably getting support tickets all the time for issues in Grand Theft Auto Online. They're most likely getting a ton of tickets for the issues going on in Red Dead Online. And I know it takes a while to get back to people, but still, you know, an apology sometimes just isn't enough, Rockstar support. Let's see, Narnica. Imagine a company going nearly a month since the major update without addressing the glaring issue that basically breaks the core game mechanics. Oh, wait, this is Rockstar we're talking about. Never mind. Yes, I think it's fair to criticize Rockstar regarding this issue. But at the same time, in all fairness, I think that it's a problem that Rockstar isn't the only ones that have it. Plenty of the other developers out there, big and small, have these problems as well to varying degrees. And I sincerely hope that everyone working at Rockstar, I have to believe this, that most of the developing team is aware of the problems, especially the disconnects and the camp glitching, and they're working hard to try and resolve the issue. And hopefully they'll get it soon. Maybe by tomorrow there'll be a new patch, possibly 1.14. And maybe that will fix the camp issue. But that is a major problem that they need to address. Whiskey Jack. My guy would have a cowboy hat, bounty hunter cape, no shirt, no boots, and stripped down pants. I called him Super Cowboy. You can fix it by going into the character editor. Yeah, but the character editor, are you referring to the wardrobe though, Whiskey? Or are you referring to the character creator itself? That's the part that kind of confused me. And I have read your comments about it, everybody. Like I told Carlos, I've tried fixing it, and it still happens. But it's small potatoes compared to some of the bigger problems currently happening in Red Dead Online. Let's see, Ragged Pants, less disconnects. I'm getting more. I can spend 20 to 30 minutes logging in, waiting 5 minutes to the loading screen, and get immediately disconnected by Rockstar, aka 20, 30 minutes of loading screens and no gameplay. That absolutely sucks, Ragged Pants. And unfortunately, I fear that there are probably plenty of others out there having the same issue that you are. And I know I sound like a broken record and a parrot sometimes, but the only thing we really can do is, send it feedback to Rockstar. File a ticket of Rockstar support. Let them know. And that's what I'm trying to do with this video. I don't know if they actually watch my content. Probably not, but that's okay. But that's all we can do is just try and say, hey, we're still having disconnect issues. There's still game crashes. This camp pitch issue is a major problem. Let's see, Machiavelli. Let's see, I can't have a camp, and even though I changed my lobbies, what's the reason? Yeah, it's a bug. It's a major bug that a lot of us are having problems with. Sometimes it works perfectly fine, and then magically it just goes away. Whether it's after, say, you do a free roam event, or maybe a Land of Opportunities mission, or a Stranger Danger mission, it just goes away. Or dynamic sometimes. I don't know what the pattern is, but once the camp goes away, it's almost impossible to get it to come back up. And you can do all those things we talked about, and sometimes you just have to close the app and restart the game and hope that that might fix it. Let's see, Fuzzy Bear. The glitch bug at the beginning of the video is caused by left-hand ring from the Carthage outfit. Fuzzy Bear, thank you for your suggestion, but I do not currently own the Carthage outfit, and I don't have any rings on my PS4 character. But I appreciate the suggestion, and it's possible that that is a separate clothing glitch issue. So there may be a few clothing bug problems happening in the game. See, Mike, I used to do the trader role as my primary source of income. Then I went into collector. I realized I can make more money more quickly with no risk of losing what you sell. For now, I see the trader business as too much of a grind and a pain just to max out at $625 for distant deliveries. For the first time recently, my delivery was attacked but my posse fought them off, and the goods were safely delivered, and that to the camp pitching issue and the lack of animal spawns. For now, the collector will be my main source of income in Reddit Online, and that's the direction I've shifted towards. I was going to try and, focus on 50-50, half trader, half collector, but with all the issues with the trader going on, plus the animal spawns, yeah, it just makes you less inclined to waste so much time and effort on it. I'd rather just go back to hunting animals and fishing and taking everything that I've hunted and fished directly to the butcher. Now, I know there's debate about whether or not we make more or less money going that route, but at least you're still making money going the old-fashioned way. But yeah, KM, let's see. When I emailed Rockstar about the camp not spawning 2 days ago, I followed their instructions and the camp is not spawning. Yeah, they're just giving the typical response like, restart your game, reset your console, blah, blah, blah. Have you tried, turning it on and off or unplugging it and replugging it back in? It's not working, Rockstar. A lot of us are having the issue, and I don't even know why they give us that typical response. Just be honest with us. Say, look, our developers are working on the issue. We're sincerely sorry about the camp pitch issue that you and many other players are having. Our team is working on it. And hopefully we'll have a patch out soon. Is that too hard to ask? It's okay sometimes to come out and apologize and admit that there's mistakes and problems going on. That's part of the issue, is the transparency. Let's see, Party Pat. If they fix animal and camp spawns, I'll be a happy boy. I really hope we get more table games in the future like Liar's Dice, Blackjack, Chess, Checkers, Dominoes, Five Finger Fillet, Arm Wrestling, Horseshoes, etc. Party Pat, I agree with you. I think if they fix those two issues, resolve the animal spawn problem and the cat pitch, make those the top two priorities, well, top three. You have to put the disconnects in the top three as well. Fix those issues, and a lot more of the community will be really happy and overjoyed. And I, too, would really like to see some of those other in-game activities added. Like Blackjack. We already have Blackjack tables. I'm sure Finger Fillet's coming eventually. And some of the others, too. Especially as I guess, maybe like a table you can purchase at the camp. And you can, also buy various activities to switch between. It would just add one more fun activity for you and posse members to do at your camp. Let's see. Jeff Johnson. Waste of time now. Just got disconnected. Lost 97 goods. That sucks, Jeff. Let's see, camp hard to set up. My daily rewards just reset again. Camp unspawns all the time, causing you to pay setup costs over and over again. And this is turning off a lot of people to the game at the moment. At the very least, there's a lot of people that are just taking a break because of these problems, and they're playing something else. Now, hopefully they'll come back whenever Rockstar fixes these problems, and for more enticing events, maybe a Halloween event in a few weeks. But yeah, I mean, these are very crucial times for the existence of Red Dead Online. And while Rockstar's done a lot to take the game in the right direction, these problems are being felt by a lot of people within the community. Let's see, Jared Sauce. See, I have the same poncho glitch. It's ridiculous, but kind of funny. Yeah, it's like I said, it's an issue, just like some of the problems I've had with my horse, Galaxy Traveler. Sometimes I have the piggy tail. And even the other day during a live stream on the PS4, like the mane disappeared. It had kind of like a bald look. Those glitches are small potatoes. They're funny. They're still annoying. Small potatoes compared to the real issues of the game at the moment. Let's see, Nicole. The character creator is currently bugged. It charges you gold or cash, but does not apply your changes to your character. That's something that Nicole and a lot of people are extremely angry about, myself included. Timothy, it does apply. Well, sort of. The jaw and chin doesn't change. It reverts back when you edit it. The eyes and other stuff are fine. I spent $1,200 just to figure that out. My character looks chubby as fuck. Damn, Timothy, that's a huge price to pay. I hope you contacted Rockstar Support about that, because they definitely need to compensate everybody that has tried to take their characters into the character creator and had them revert back. I'm kind of convinced that happened with Paula Janine. I don't know for sure. Maybe, maybe not. But I just haven't really messed with it because I don't want to spend any gold or money in order for it to happen again. I would rather Rockstar fix the issue, and then if I have to, then take Paula back in on Xbox and tweak her some more before, just to make sure that everything I do, the hard work I put into, customizing my character and your character, isn't in vain. So that's also another problem that needs to be added to the list, because several other people, including Dr. Anarchy in Discord, I think even Archangel mentioned it as well, problems he's had and others with their characters. And I don't think everybody has experienced this problem, but some have, and I think enough people have when it comes to character creator to need to be seriously addressed by Rockstar. Let's see, Danny. They've broken the game. Disconnections are just as bad. Camps are not being set up and being unable to set up camp for long periods of time. Lack of animal spawns in any busy sessions due to the amount of activities going on in that session. It isn't about respawn rates, the time of day, or being overhunting. This is down to the game itself. It's been in the bayou, see no alligators. Yet another player killing gators I can't see until he skins them. It's the game code issues. The bullet challenge hasn't even worked for me. There's so many other issues like OP cards. Rockstar won't fix anything soon, as they're clearly focused on the PC release. As for the Condor Egg event, I'm not wasting my time for $1,000. I'm currently at 58,000 and 380 gold. Nothing to spend it on, but I'm making between 5,000 and 10,000 a week just doing my normal gaming, so I'll leave that egg to someone else. As for the future, the sessions can't handle what they have already, so adding more roles, properties, etc. isn't going to happen for a very long time until they accept that they have to reduce the session sizes and give us private sessions. A tip for trader role: if you're struggling with the animal spawns, when you get into a solo session from a bounty hunter mission, you have about 10 minutes before the first timer starts, so use that time to pitch a camp, hunt animals, fill your wagon, so you can visit your camp, donate your pelts while on a bounty mission. So use the solo session missions to your advantage. Definitely a good tip, Danny. And if anyone else has any tips or tricks or advice to help with these issues, feel free to leave them below in the comment section. But yeah, Angela, there's definitely issues. I just wish, I sincerely wish that Rockstar would fix these problems. And I have to believe that they are. And they claim to listen to our feedback. I listen to your feedback, and I pass it along. Whether or not somebody at Rockstar listens or not remains to be seen. I sincerely hope somebody does. But I love this game, and even from the days of the beta, all the issues we had during the beta, those of you that played the game since the beta, you know what I'm talking about. The problems we faced, I still believe that Red Dead Online had potential to become something special. And when it came out beta, a lot of us were overjoyed because a lot of the problems seemed fixed. And when we got a lot more stuff to do with the new roles, with Frontier Pursuits, it definitely made the game even better. It was several steps in the right direction, but these issues are hurting the game. And it's not even a year old in its lifespan, and there's plenty of online games that live or die within the first year. I mean, there's a big old pile of online games that have come and gone, whether it's indie online games or AA or even AAA online games. And some over this past year in 2019 have fallen by the wayside. I don't want that to be the case for Red Dead Online. I know that this game mode will never be as big as Grand Theft Auto Online. I completely understand that. But it does have a large enough, loyal enough community around it to keep Red Dead Online going for several years. And these issues are turning people off Rockstar. The disconnects, the game crashes, the camp pitching. Right now, that's probably the three top issues. The top three issues with the game, because a lot of people are still having problems being able to even play the game. And if they're not able to play the game, well, guess what? They're going to go somewhere else. They're going to go play a game that they actually don't have any disconnects with or no game crashes. Because they want to have fun. They want to be entertained. They want to do something. They want to get lost in this wonderful world you've built. And I sincerely hope that maybe, just maybe, by November 5th, when Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online come to PC and I guess Google Stadia as well, hopefully by then, within less than a month from now, these other issues are also going to be resolved. Because if you don't fix those issues, the camp pitch issue, which obviously affects traders predominantly, the disconnects, the game crashes, you're going to have more than just, angry members of your community from Xbox and PlayStation 4 to contend with. You're going to have people on PC mad at you, and anyone over on Google Stadia that decides to give Google Stadia a chance, especially with Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online on Google Stadia. So you're going to have even more people angry with you when it comes to Red Dead Online. So the next month is going to be very telling whether the game actually survives. I think it's going to make it through the rest of the year. But a year from now, if these issues are not resolved soon, I hate to say this, Red Dead Online may just only have like a few people playing it. It may be one of those things that we look back at that had potential to succeed, but because of coding issues, as Danny and others have pointed out, that Rockstar was never able to resolve them. I sincerely hope that they do. They're one of the largest developing companies in the world. They probably have some of the best developers under the Rockstar umbrella. And I have to believe that they're aware of these problems and that they're working hard to get them resolved. And I guess we're going to find out. Maybe tomorrow there'll be a new patch on 1.14. I don't know if that's coming tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. But hopefully, at the very least, by November 5th, we'll see some of these issues addressed by Rockstar, and hopefully, just hopefully, they'll be resolved and improved upon, where there's considerably less or no camp pitching. That would be nice. Or way less disconnects for people that are having disconnect issues and game crashes. But let me know below in the comment section, what do you think about the current state of Red Dead Online? Your honest views and opinions. Be honest. Don't be shy. Do you think that these issues have potential to make or break the game if they're resolved or not resolved? If they're resolved, will it ensure that Red Dead Online survives into 2020 and hopefully beyond? But if they're not resolved, do you think that the bleeding will continue and less people will be inclined to come back and play Red Dead Online? What do you think, as of right now, the situation is in Red Dead Online? Now, I choose to try to be optimistic and positive and hopeful that these issues will be remedied. It's hard to believe that because some of these problems have been around for a while now. Like I mentioned, the camp pitch issue was an issue back in the beta. Disconnects since the beta. Game crashes since the beta. But I'm hoping like nearly a year into Red Dead Online, because we're approaching the 1-year anniversary in late November, that hopefully before then, they'll finally get Red Dead Online running way smoother. Or, I don't know. Right now, I feel like we're on the precipice. That's how I feel when it comes to Red Dead Online. I sincerely want this game to succeed. I loved playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I enjoyed the past 6 years of Grand Theft Auto Online. And I don't think that Red Dead Online has a 6-year lifespan, maybe a 2 or 3 year lifespan, maybe more. I want it to survive. But in the end, it's out of our hands. It's really in the hands of Rockstar, for better or worse.